right. Good morning, my bows and bow ties. All right, so this is a Black opinionated woman, also known as a bow. I just want to welcome everybody for listening in this morning. All right, so look, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Just go ahead and hit it. I just want to get some of this stuff out of the way. Hit the button. Just hit it. You know you like when I talk. All right, so look, for those of you who know, you know. Yesterday, I recorded a video, did a whole bunch of yip-yapping, and then when I went back to, do some things behind the scenes, make sure it was properly titled and all that other good stuff, I noticed there was no audio. So, I'm going to record it again. So, yesterday I had recorded a video on basically a season of preparation. It wasn't well planned out. I went off the cuff, and now that I have to redo it, it's still going to be off the cuff and not well planned out again. So I'm re-recording from yesterday. So what do I mean by season preparation? So yesterday when I got on this app here, I'm going to give you my both thoughts on this. I got on this app and I was thinking about how with my children, I had mentioned this yesterday, that dealing with the allergies and everything like that in my house, I was prepared. Now there's 6 of us in my house, 2 adults, 4 children, and a diva cat. Some of us suffer more than others. And so in my house, I am prepared for allergy, sickness, whatever. I have the stuff you spray in your nose. I have the pill form. I even have still some leftover liquid form. I've got the stuff for your eyes. Let me see if I even have it in the car. I'll show you what I'm dealing with here. I keep some in the car just in case. You see this? I even use this. Okay, I know this is probably backwards for you. I keep all that kinds of stuff. I have stuff for colds and flu. I have vitamins. I've got all kinds of stuff. I'm prepared. Now, a lot of that has to do with my whole headband. I must have a really big head because this headband is doing its best to try to come off. All right. So a lot of that comes from experience, right? When you're like without something or whatever it is, and you're like, don't want to be caught out there again. But when I was thinking about preparation, I was thinking about, it's important to be in, to always have a season of preparation. Where am I going with this? In the springtime, I think about how the squirrels and all the other animals they're coming back out. You got the birds chirping and chirp, all that kind of stuff. And they're coming out of hibernation, right? So now the squirrels and ants and all that other stuff, they've got to come out and they're going to enjoy the spring, but now they've got to start preparing for the winter. So, you're going to see squirrels out here looking for these little nuts and carrying on so they can store them. Season of preparation. Now, the reason why I thought about this yesterday was it all started with being prepared for allergy season, but more so I was thinking about how in this country, we are never prepared for anything. I think about the pandemic, right? When the pandemic hit, we weren't prepared for, basic things like a stash on tissue, a stash on medication, water, money, any of those things. I think our country, we don't have a culture of preparation. Okay. So, my nose. So what happens is we get to, I think what it is I think a lot of it was stemming from when you got like the baby boomers, right? They came from this culture of more than enough. So they had an abundance, and they never really passed on this whole notion of saving, preparation. So the generation before them, which was, I guess, the greatest generation, the silent generation, I forget which one it's called, it might be both, they had to prepare. They had to deal with those things. Like they were dealing with war and stuff like that. So anyway, I would say that the baby boomers didn't really necessarily pass on this notion of preparation. So when you get something like a pandemic happens, like, we're not prepared. And I still think that most Americans, most people in maybe first world countries aren't prepared because we're so used to having abundance. We don't have enough money saved, whether it's in the bank. I'm not saying the market should be a savings account, but whether it's in the market, whether you have some at home, I say this. I think you should always have some cash. And I'm not saying we have a lot, so don't try to rob me. Because when things start popping off, cash will be king first. And then eventually it would be goods and services, right? But you're going to need to have some cash. What if you can't gain access to the money in the bank? Your cards don't work. All the electronic systems fail. You know, my husband used to make fun of me because, so we live out in like the suburban country, real pretty, real nice, kind of bougie area. And with that comes us living on well water, some of the best tasting water in the world, by the way. We're not on city water, right? So I always think about like, well, what if we lose power, right? So I keep water at the house. He's always like, you're just doing too much. I'm like, nope, I'm not going to get caught out there. Now, we really haven't run into that scenario, but I still want to be prepared. I'm like literally trying to prepare for like the apocalypse, okay? I've got like tablets for like if we got to like salinate water or something. I don't know. I got things for like if I got to start a fire, you know. But where I'm going with that is, I even have one of those buckets, those survival buckets, right? Where I think you can, it's like for a family of 4, even though a family of 6, but something's better than nothing. And I think they last like 20 years and they give you like stuff for powdered eggs and biscuits or something. I don't know, whatever's in there, oatmeal or something, I don't know. Where I'm going with that is, you have to prepare. I think about those types of things. What would I do if something happens and I can't gain access to money in the bank? What would I do if my electricity was cut? Like, I don't know why I'm so paranoid, but I started looking into, like, how do I make candles? So not only have I learned how to make candles, but I learned how to make water candles. All you need is water and some oil and something that you can have for a wick. Yes, water. Go look it up. I spend a lot of time looking up that kind of stuff on YouTube. It's actually really relaxing and fun. But anyway, like I said, I was just really thinking about the season of preparation. Like, there's always a season of preparation for something, because there's going to be a time when you can't prepare, when you can't collect, when you can't save, right? When you're really just going to have to live off the reserves, just like during the pandemic. Anyway, so that's where I was going with it yesterday. I would think I was a lot more entertaining about it, probably because it was even more off the cuff. But I do think about those things. So that's my bold thought of the day. Like, we should be in a season of preparation for something. It could be a new job. It could be for moving. It could be for anything. It could be preparation for college. It could be anything. Now, let me tell you something. I need to get in a better season of preparation for getting some of this extra gobble off me. I mean, I got the gobble. Look, see that? I got to get some of that off. And I've been on a struggle bus, and I'm really lacking in motivation. So I need to figure it out for myself. All right. Go ahead and leave a comment. We're going to talk about these 5 S's now. When I first started doing this, right, I talked about this commitment problem. I need for those of you who are enjoying me, that came out wrong, if you're enjoying me. But look, 5 S's. Subscribe. See my videos. Watch them all the way through. Watch all of my videos. Watch the videos. Say something in the comments, okay? Leave a comment. Share it with people. Share it with other people. And then supporting it by giving me the thumbs up, okay? And the reason why I have to like go through this lately is because the only way the YouTube algorithm is going to know that you find me amazing in every way is if you find me amazing in every way by doing one or all of those things. Just do them all. Do all of them. So look, that's pretty much it. I would like to hear your thoughts on what my both thoughts are. I call them my both thoughts. All right, now I do need to start going back to doing videos from my spot at home or whatever, maybe going back to the office. But right now, sports season has got me all the way messed up. You know, I mean, like, I just don't have much time. I don't have much time. I'm on the struggle bus. But anyway, that's pretty much it. So that's why I'm relegated to doing them in the car en route to my job. All right. But that's it. Have a good one. Black Opinionated Woman out.